Ice Age is an underrated gem. It was unique to its time. It was one of the first movies from... fuck, I already forgot the studio's name. Ice Age is one of the very first movies from Blue Sky Studios to actually become popular. I think they had a couple others before this, but this is like one of the biggest ones I remember. It's actually not too bad. I wrote down a lot to pick apart about this movie though. I haven't done a movie review format like this in a while. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Ice Age. My very first note about this movie right away is that it looks fucking terrible. The animation does not hold up nowadays, and there's multiple points that look ugly. Anyway, the movie opens on Scratch, who's trying to bury his nuts.
Giggity giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.
And this is the part of the movie where I like to call Scratch survives a lot of bullshit. He gets almost impaled by a mountain, doesn't get hit by anything. Look at what the fuck he's dealing with. That's an entire ice wall coming at him. He survives this bullshit. Look at that! Look at his fucking eyes pop out! So disgusting! Anyway, he manages to just keep surviving, goes off an entire cliff, busts his head on everything, gets his teeth stuck in the ground, all just to get crushed by a title card. The movie continues to look fucking ugly as you see all these gross animals walk by in the distance, all carbon copies of each other.
But Dad! No buts! You can play Extinction later.
I'm sorry, what? Play Extinction? His kid's literally drowning in tar. He's like, get the fuck up. Start moving. And this is like Food Fight quality of awful animation. Granted, Food Fight came out like 11 years later than this movie. This looks like Gru from Despicable Me. We then get introduced to our main character, Manny, who's kind of an asshole to literally everybody that he sees. And then we get introduced to Sid, who has probably one of the most depressing backstories in all of fiction.
They left without me. They do this every year.
Look at this poor, sad, depressing face. Sid, who's obviously pissed off with his situation with his family and stepping in some shit, ruins this dandelion in front of these two rhinos. Those rhinos don't take very kindly to all this and proceed to get angry and almost murder him. Manny proceeds to beat the shit out of these two rhinos and disposes them with ease. I will say something about the dynamic between these two. Although I do like it, it does rip off Shrek a lot. It's basically the exact same dynamic. You have a serious, grumpy, big character and a funny comic relief guy who's not exactly the brightest. Anyway, these two bozos escape. The movie then continues on to the human tribe, which the humans are probably the worst part of this movie, especially their gross-looking baby. Meanwhile, while these people are at the camp, these saber-toothed tigers come in, and we get to meet our third main character, Diego. And the main antagonist of this movie, who gives a fuck. Anyway, these two are angry because one of the humans killed a saber-toothed tiger and took its skin. So now they're going to retaliate by killing the rest of their family. Diego does not start out as a good character in this, and he slowly gets a redemption arc near the end of this movie, which I think is alright. I think they do well with this character in this. He still tries to eat a baby on multiple occasions. Manny and Sid have a little bit of a discussion while it's raining, while they're trying to set up a fort. And then we get to our next Scratch section of the movie, where you gotta ask once again, how the hell does he survive this? And somehow this rat bastard still stays alive. It's probably one of the funniest jokes in the entire series is Scratch surviving all these painful and agonizing moments. I'm still gonna point it out though. After all this shit goes down, the saber-toothed tigers plan their attack. A lot of the humans managed to fight off the saber-toothed tigers, but that wasn't the main plan. The real plan was for Diego to go and steal their baby. And this is the part of the movie where Diego drives a mother to jump off a cliff with her baby. Like, he had like a little bit of remorse and he's like, ah, fuck it, I'm gonna go after her. And then these pussy-ass tigers lose to a bunch of wolves. You get to see the other goons of tigers, which include the fat one, the skinny one, and the not-so-important one. I would like to note that the humans are so bad looking in this movie that they never try to do this again. Also, I had another question about who can actually understand who. These humans can't speak. They don't say a single word this entire movie, not even like a thank you. Like, who else should be able to talk in this movie? Sid's trying to do his best to take care of this baby, but Manny constantly shits on him the entire time. And the baby almost dies.
Name's Diego, friend.
Manfred.
Wait a minute, wait. Hold on a second. What did he say his name was?
Manfred.
Manfred? His name is Manfred? I never knew his real name was Manfred. No, they get back up to see the rest of the herd, but the entire herd looks like they've been wiped out. Or that's how it appears. Most likely they migrated away. They have a little bit of a disagreement about what to do with the baby. They figure out where they're going. And Manfred decides that he wants to take Diego along with him so that he can lead him the way. This is a stupid idea for a lot of reasons. Who the fuck names a main character Manfred? Something I do like about this movie is like the little montages they have showing them walking. Gives a little bit of a nice landscape, even though the landscape's a little bit dull.
You.
Check for poop.
Hey, why am I the poop checker?
Because returning the runt was your idea. Because you're small and insignificant. And because I'll pummel you if you don't.
God, at least Sid finally gets to do something for the baby. This scene's got a little bit of more funny moments to it as well, including this next part.
Where's the baby? There he is.
God, this scene's so funny. And the fun of this scene just keeps going.
Well, I ain't exactly lactating right now, pal.
You fucking lactate? Do sloths lactate? I'll leave it up to imagination for you guys. So since the baby's hungry, Manny decides that he needs to get us some food. The only problem is there's a bunch of dodo birds there. Somehow the dodo birds have their own military? They play a hilarious game of football here where Sid becomes a pro running back like Derrick Henry, smashes through all of them, only for this last part to happen.
Sid. Now we gotta find more food.
Yes, Sid, you dick. I'm only half an hour into this movie. I thought this was going to be a lot shorter. Why is my next note sloth boob job? Alright, let's figure out what the hell this means. Sid gets into a little brawl with Scratch. Sid's being an obnoxious asshole as usual, and Manny does not trust Diego. Meanwhile, Diego has a little mini conversation with his saber-toothed tiger buddies who have been following him this whole time. He tells them that there's a woolly mammoth coming their way, so now they're gonna ambush him when they least expect it. The next day hits and the baby is nowhere to be found. Obviously angered by this, Manny goes to confront Diego and they both realize that Sid has something to do with it. Why do the female sloths have such defined chests? Anyway, this somehow ends up with the rhinos showing up. Why the hell are they sitting in this hot tub? This time, in order to save Sid from the rhinos, he convinces Diego to fake eat him, which actually ends up working. Another montage hits of funny moments, mainly just making fun of Sid's stupidity. He gets into a boxing match with a baby. Then we get to see something interesting happen. What the fuck? Why don't they just take a train? Why don't they just hop on the damn train to go to their location? That means they have fucking vehicles. Why don't they use any of those? Diego tries to hide the footprints of his comrades. Then they go through an entire blizzard on a mountain and survive. Diego sees that the humans are coming, so he instead takes the group into a different area.
No thanks. I choose life.
Then I suggest you take the shortcut.
Damn, this is like the third or fourth time they threaten Sid's life in this movie. Just the main character. We get to see some of these prehistoric animals that are in here. There ends up being a goddamn UFO of all things. The baby gave it a Klingon sign. I didn't even notice. And the baby's dead. They go chase after it, barely surviving any of this. This scene's a little bit problematic to me for a couple of reasons. Although they do a good job of making you feel for Manny and his backstory. They messed up on the fundamentals of this scene. Go back and rewatch this scene. I can't exactly play the music for you, but they have two different audio tracks going. The gang's walking when all of a sudden a huge ass lava sprout comes up. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be.
Come on, keep up with me.
You're now affected by the ice? About 20 minutes ago, you were skating on the ice fine. You were skating around everybody. Manny manages to save Sid, the baby, and Diego, and this causes Diego to get a change of heart once he's saved. Manny, on the other hand, dies. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Let's keep going. Also, going back to another thought, how the fuck is this kid still living? They fed him once. I don't think this kid has had any water. I think he would at least have some sort of minor injury from getting tossed around a lot. Diego's leading them into their deaths. Diego's got his second thoughts. The next part of this is Diego warning them about the trap that they're about to go in. They're saying that they have to come up with a plan because reasons. I also thought their plan was a bit stupid to begin with. Manny's facing 4 saber-toothed tigers and he took on 2 rhinos by himself, throwing them around with ease. Anyway, they go through their plan. It barely manages to work. Manny's almost cornered to death. Just before that could happen, Diego jumps in and saves the day for him. Manny goes and kills the saber-toothed tiger, which he should have done earlier. The other tigers run off. They manage to catch up to the humans. Here comes the group with the baby, minus Diego because he died. The humans take their baby, Sid gets emotional and so does Manny. Then Diego shows up. Now to the end credits. This rat fucker doesn't die, and he doesn't get his nut in the end.
Ha! Giggity.
Obviously, this isn't too bad of a movie. I got a little bit more of appreciation for what they tried to do with this one. So now we get to rating and King of the Hill. For those of you guys that don't know what King of the Hill is where I rank all the movie reviews that I've covered so far, pin them up against whatever my King of the Hill is and whatever movie I'm covering right now. Basically decide what the best movie that I've reviewed is. So my current King of the Hill is Kingsman: Secret Service. That is so weird to say. It's been Scott Pilgrim for so long. This might not shock you guys. It's gonna stay Kingsman. It's a kid's movie versus an adult movie, which isn't exactly the best comparison. The budget for Kingsman was way higher as well. I'd probably put it above where I have B-movie and Chicken Little, and below Shrek 2. For my rating of this movie, I'm gonna give it about a 7. Although the animation looks terrible compared to nowadays, and it looks like the same shit that they made for Food Fight, which was made 11 years later, it still has some really good writing and character development. So I think that's gonna be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this movie review, you missed the old format, leave a like, let me know what you thought of it, and don't forget to subscribe. It does help a lot, and we're extremely close to our goal right now. I have a lot of things to plug, so I'm just going to say it all right here. We have an Instagram, ShepBandicoot Clips, where we do voting. We have a Discord server. It's in the link in the description. Follow us on TikTok. There's 2 accounts on there. I'm sure you could find whichever one works. Go to our Twitch. That's the other one I forgot. I'm going to go rest because I've been sick for the last couple days. Bye!